So day 5 of the US Open in the books, and we had a lot of 5-setters on the men's side, and we had some names going out who you may have expected, maybe not. Stefanos Tsitsipas' run of bad Grand Slam results continues. We had Khachanov going out as well, and on the women's side, Iga drops a set, but Naomi Osaka, she looks pretty damn good right now. That's right, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. No JG for this one, so I will whiz through what happened on day 5, give you some of my thoughts about what happened, and yeah, we'll see you together as a duo, hopefully back again tomorrow. But yeah, the big stories, I would say Tsitsipas going out, pretty big story considering that he was actually playing quite well. Obviously, he got through Muller in the first round and then comes up against Altmaier. So not an easy route. I think as a first round, second round match in a slam, it doesn't really get that much tougher than those two. And he went out in 5 sets, and it's a nightmare season for him. And he lost from match point up as well. He did have his own match point, but then after he didn't take it, he then got broken. And then it was just Altmaier's there to go and win the match. He did so. And now for Tsitsipas, it is Australian Open. He went out in the first round. Roland Garros in the second round. Wimbledon in the first round. And now the US Open in the second round as well. Unbelievable, says Jose Morgado. And that wasn't all. As if it wasn't enough. He's just lost. He actually played well. I think the level from both players was very, very high. It's always interesting when you get two single-handed backhand players go head-to-head. And Altmaier came out on top. But then there were some choice words at the net just when they were finishing, and even after they shook hands, he had to say something to Altmaier, and Altmaier sort of recoiled away. He said, "Next time, don't wonder why I hit you, okay?" He said, "No, I'm just saying, if you serve underarm. And Altmaier just put his hands on and went, I mean, get away from me, essentially. This is very strange behavior. Yes, you just lost a match. You probably got some like hard feelings to your opponent. You're always going to be like wanting to be proud of your performance and coming off with a victory after a 5-setter. It was 4 hours and 26 minutes, I think. But I think you just got to be a good sport. I mean, if it's an underarm serve, it's an underarm serve. Relax. People play them. It's part of the sport. You just need to like control yourself and your words, I feel, Stefanos. This is not the way you should be showing yourself after actually a good performance. And all this does now is make you look like a bit of a baby, to be honest. And it doesn't do you any favors in the public eye. Everybody's going to now have seen this. Everybody will have heard it. And doesn't win you any fans at all. If anything, it loses you fans, because now it just looks like, well, we've seen in the past, he's tried to hit Kyrgios with the ball when at Wimbledon. We've seen against Carlos Alcaraz as well. I remember in the past, maybe hitting a ball a bit too close to him, and Alcaraz sort of walking up to the net as if to say, like, what was that all about? He does rub people up the wrong way, and he is very opinionated. I'm just sad that his tennis can't do the talking, to be honest. And it's another early defeat in a slam for Stefanos Tsitsipas. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to slide down the rankings. Obviously, he's at number 27 in the world at the moment. Probably lucky that Grigor Dimitrov not playing, because otherwise he'd probably overtake him, to be honest. Francis Tiafoe, he certainly has a chance. Cam Norrie, but he's playing Djokovic next. But looking down there, he might be safe. Maybe Juan Munar, but he'd have to go quite far to catch up Tsitsipas, I think. He might be okay, but Denis Shapovalov, he's ahead of him already. Some of the other names ahead of him, Flavio Cobolli, Thomas Mahach, Ugo Humbert, Felix, Arthur Fies, Francisco Cerundolo, Bublik, miles ahead of him at the moment. Yeah, I mean, all of these players definitely playing better than Stefanos Tsitsipas right now. Let me know your thoughts about Tsitsipas in the comments section. What do you think he has to do to change his luck? Do you think he has to change his attitude? Do you think he has to change something in his game style? Does he have to suddenly change to a double-handed backhand? Maybe that is the solution to everything. Tell me in the comments. For me personally, a lot needs to change. The mentality needs to change first, because if that's what you're doing after just losing a close match where you actually played well, and that's the thing on your mind, then I don't think you're in the right headspace, to be honest. Right, we saw Ostapenko. Now we're seeing Stefanos Tsitsipas. People have a lot to say when a match finished and they've lost. So somebody who didn't have anything nasty to say but just gave a fantastic performance was Nuno Borges against Tommy Paul. Probably, if it's probably a tie between which one was the match of the day. Probably people would say this one. I think maybe just edged it over Tsitsipas and Altmaier. So this one, yeah, it was a ridiculously late finish. 1:46 a.m. and a ridiculous match point as well, just to finish it all off. Well played, Tommy Paul. I mean, he definitely gave the American fans what they came for. And Nuno Borges, always a tough competitor. At slams, he's one of the worst people, I'd say, that you could meet in the early rounds. Always gives a good account of himself. When Medvedev was on his sort of big form on hard courts, Borges took a set off him there, I remember. But yeah, this is how Borges left the court as well after 4 hours 24 of grueling tennis. You know his feet are aching. Yep, walking in socks to leave the court. Well done, Borges, anyway. I think a really good performance. Everybody likes Borges despite him losing. His stock goes up, I feel, every time he has one of these type of matches. It's never easy to put him away comfortably. And I think that's credit to him. Always fights, always manages to get himself into some sort of position to make it competitive. And yeah, unfortunately for him, he's out. And Tommy Paul, the American, does go through. And Tommy Paul, let me just have a check who he will be playing in the next round. It will be, well, Alexander Bublik. And that's probably the last person you want to play, other than someone like Sinner or Alcaraz, after you've just played a ridiculously long match, because Bublik, one of the informed players, he won in straight sets in his last match. He's won both in straight sets against Cilic and Skulkate. Now he's up against Tommy Paul. Who will be the favourite in that matchup? That's a big question. There's part of me that thinks Bublik should be. The bookies do have him as a slight favourite as well. There you go. Well, somebody who just went out. We've spoken about Tommy Paul. We've spoken about Tsitsipas. I couldn't quite believe Khachanov. He's up in the top 10. He's number 9 seed. And there's some people saying there's a curse for the number 9 seeds this year. But he lost this match. He was 5-2 up with match point as well. He's going to be so disappointed that he's let this one slip through his fingertips. It was there for the taking, Karen. And he's lost the match. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow, this one, I think. Especially as Camille, if I say his name incorrectly, any polls out there, I've got it as Majlazak. He's a tough player, but it is somebody you should probably be beating if you're Khachanov. And there were multiple match points as well. That's the problem. There were 3 match points there at 5-2. There were more match points at 6-5. and then he didn't even get one in the final tiebreak. It was 10-5 to the pole, and unfortunately for Karen Khachanov, now it looks like he's wanting to continue the curse. So the number 9 seed curse lives. 2025 Australian Open, the number 9 seed was Rublev, and he lost in round 1. In Roland Garros, we had Navarro and de Minaur both losing in round 1 and 2. In Wimbledon, Medvedev lost in round 1, and Badosa lost in round 1 as well. And now at the US Open, Karen Khachanov loses in round 2. The curse is very prevalent, it would seem. Who is the number 9 seed on the women's is all I'm thinking, because they're going to be bricking it right now. Surely. I'm just going to have a quick look just to check. Who wants to be worried? Oh, Rybakina. I think out of anyone who could break the curse, be her. And I know that we're sort of running a day behind, but she did just play Emma Raducanu, and she absolutely battered her as well. I thought it might be slightly more competitive. Just goes to show Rybakina on another level. When she plays that type of tennis on a hard court, I think JG hit the nail on the head. She's a top 10 player for a reason. Raducanu is where she is for a reason. And Raducanu even said in her post-match presser that, yeah, I'm just not at their level. And she's talking about Sabalenka, Iga, and Rybakina. She's lost all of them twice now, I believe. Yeah, it's just levels. She'll get back there maybe one day, but right now she is where she is. She's around 30 in the world, and I think it's about right. But yeah, keep your chin up, and hopefully come back stronger. May have a better performance in the US Open next year. But if you get your ranking higher up, you might not have to play these big ball bashers until the second week, and then maybe you'll have a bit more confidence going in. Somebody else who went through comfortably, Sasha Zverev. Gil Gross is there on the ground at the US Open this year, which is great to see. Hope Gil is well. And he's been speaking to Sasha Zverev, and Zverev said that the courts are incredibly slow this year. Not something I usually enjoy, but I'll try to make the best out of it. Well, he's making the best out of it pretty well so far, isn't he? He's comfortably winning his matches, defeated Jacob Fernley in straight sets, and doesn't really look that bothered. These are the difference between a Tsitsipas and a Zverev. Just completely different styles of player and different styles of mentality. Somebody who can just bring their game when it comes to the big tournaments. I mean, when it comes to the hard courts, you sort of know what you're going to get with Sasha Zverev. Obviously, the other surfaces, he's great on the clay as well. He's been to a Roland Garros final. Wimbledon's the only one which we haven't really seen him do as much yet, but doesn't mean that he won't eventually do well there. Obviously, this year wasn't a good year at all. Lost in the first round to Artur Rinderknech. But maybe he'll be focusing on the grass maybe a bit later in his career. The serve is always going to be there for him. So well done to Zverev, moving his way through the tournament. And I'll tell you who he is playing next. It is Felix Auger-Aliassime next. Tough match for both players. I expect Zverev to still win that one, though. Moving over to the women's, and great to see Coco Gauff doing well, winning tennis matches in a more convincing style this time. Obviously, the first round, she was in a 3-hour thriller. This time, it was straight sets. It wasn't straightforward, the first set, and it wasn't pretty at times, but she still got it over the line, and it was a great second set performance to beat Donna Vekic in straight sets. And then she had a little bit of a tear-jerking moment afterwards, and a few tears Like Bastian fucking saying here, Coco won the US Open at 19, but she feels like she needs to win it again to prove it wasn't a one-off. That's how she is, so self-demanding. And while her Roland Garros win eased some of the pressure off her shoulders, the US Open just means more. Yeah, it's nice to see somebody just being real and showing their emotions on the tennis court. Obviously does mean a lot to her. She's won it before. She knows she's not playing great right now, and I bet she just wishes she could just turn it around in an instant. But maybe that match, that second set, is the catalyst. We'll wait and see how she gets on in the third round. I think this is when it will really start hotting up a bit, and we might start seeing her come up against some better opponents. Obviously, we know that she's on a collision course right now with the one, the only Naomi Osaka. That's right. And Naomi Osaka, yeah, I mean, she looked fantastic in her match. She played Hailey Baptiste, and yeah, it was just fantastic. She brought out another Labubu as well. This one was a daytime Labubu, and this one was called Arthur Flash. Interesting. Day Labubu, night Labubu. And they seem to be giving her good luck because she is playing so damn well right now. And she looks so happy as well out there. I think a happy Naomi Osaka is a very, very good Naomi Osaka. She beat Minen in straight sets. She beat Baptiste in straight sets. Very comfortable sets as well. So it's just the way that she's beating players good. She's got Khachanov next. Gauff has Freck next. Both should win their matches, I believe. But I'd say Osaka has the tougher match, but I think she'll win it easier. I think Gauff doesn't have as tough a match, but Freck did just beat an American in the last round. She beat Stearns. So it's going to be a tough one for Gauff, I think, no matter who she's playing. This is another seed, obviously. The seeds start meeting each other now in round 3. So it's going to be a tough one. But I think we will get Gauff versus Osaka. And I'm worried for Coco Gauff, to be honest, because Naomi Osaka looks like she could potentially go on and win the US Open. Am I crazy for saying that? Tell me in that comment section. She could be on a collision course. Who else with? So if she was to go past Coco Gauff, then it would be a potential, well, Mukova, Noskova, Parry, Kostyuk. Yeah, it's definitely winnable. And then after that, it would be probably an Iga. So, well, after Iga dropped a set to Lamens, I don't think Lamens played too bad, to be honest. I think Iga just got it over the line. So you may have one of those in each slam where you drop a set here and there. Didn't really bother me too much because it's just more about the way she reacted in the third, and she reacted really, really well. So that was the main thing. And finally, I'm just going to finish off just with this one, just because it never gets old. And that's right, Venus Williams, 45 years old. You thought you'd seen the last of her, but you haven't. She's back on the court. She's playing doubles with Leylah Fernandez, and they won their doubles match in straight sets as well. Could they go on and win the US Open? Leylah Fernandez, I think this is the perfect doubles partner for her. She said that she's the best doubles partner she's ever had other than Serena. So this is a high compliment from Venus Williams, and Leylah Fernandez just looks like she's having a wonderful time out there, just hanging out with a legend on a tennis court, winning tennis matches. But that's just a quick roundup of some of the action from day 5. Sorry I couldn't tackle all of it, but hopefully that was enough for you. And I'll be back tomorrow. JG should be back as well. So make sure, tell us your thoughts in the comment section about all the things I've spoken about. Tell me about Venus Williams. Tell me about Tsitsipas. Can Osaka win the US Open? I want to hear all your thoughts. And if you haven't done so yet, give us a like on the video, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for more tennis action.